Om. 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 Bhurbhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to Thee. O Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for Thee. O Lord, take my soul and let it be merged in one with Thee. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with Thee. O Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument to work. Jai Sai Ram.
With love, reverence, and gratitude, we offer our humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our Lord, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Let us also pray for his love, grace, blessings, and guidance in this divine mission. Sai Ram, brothers and sisters, I'm Anupam Ganguly. The meeting is expected to last about an hour to hour and a half, depending on the presentations. But we have a wealth of information today, brothers and sisters. The Sri Sathya Sai International Organization, founded by Swami, is sharing his love, teachings, and doing his work in around 110 countries. But today, our presenters will give us a glimpse of some key areas of this work. We'll discuss plans for the next international conference and centennial birthday celebrations of Bhagawan at Sai Prema Nilayam in Riverside, California. Then we'll also have some updates on how we can stay connected worldwide, enjoy music, Swami stories, inspiring experiences, and other things through the modern media channels like YouTube, etc. Then we'll also hear updates on the Sai 100 program, where all of you are participating, initiative to help the Sai schools, young adults, and archives. So now it is my privilege and honor to call upon an exemplary leader who has led the organization through thick and thin, through calm, peaceful times, through stormy scenarios of the world, urging us to follow Swami and not be distracted. I'm honored to welcome the chairman of SSIO, Dr. Narendranath Reddy, for the opening address. Dr. Reddy, please.
With love, reverence, and gratitude, I offer my prayerful pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dearest, loving, and omnipresent Lord, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We are indeed most blessed and fortunate on this planet Earth to be the contemporaries of the Paripurna Avatar, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who is the embodiment of love. And he has shown us the purpose and goal of human life. That is, he wants us to realize that we are the embodiments of divine love, manifest it, and share that love with all. For that, in his infinite love and compassion, he has given us 5 precious gifts for every one of us, without discrimination of race, religion, color, creed, gender, age. He has given us these 5 precious gifts. The first one is his sweet divine name, Sathya Sai Baba. That is, chanting which our life is redeemed. Swami himself said, Om Sri Sai Ram. When you say that he wrote in his letter to his students and teachers, people who have the name of the Sai on their lips. Mark it, very important. It's like a great commandment and wonderful blessing. Who have the name of Sai on their lips all the time will be Jivan Muktas. That means will be liberated while alive. So that is the sadhana if you do it really, but you mark it all the time. If you have the name of Sai all the time on your lip, you will be Jivan Mukta, liberated. Because it's such a powerful name, Om Sri Sai Ram, because it combines both the formless and form aspect of God. Om represents the attributeless, formless Lord, and then Sai represents the Divine Mother, and Baba is Divine Father, and also it combines, Swami himself said, Shiva and Shakti, and also incorporates the Lama principles. So that is such a powerful name. That is why we have undertaken one of the initiatives, they will be talking about it, is 1 million steps towards the 100th birthday. That means each step you take, you think about Swami's name or any other name you are fond of, and you are going towards God. So here it combines both. When you do these steps, you are getting a physical exercise, and then it is for mental well-being and spiritual well-being, all the 3 benefits. And let me tell you, it doesn't take much time. So even if you do 5,000 steps a day, 10,000 is better, 5,000 steps within course of your 200 days, you will be able to reach 1,000,000 steps. So we have 200 days towards the birthday of Swami. Each one of us, already our devotees around the world crossed more than 150 million steps towards Swami. Hope we can reach 1 billion steps. This is for our own transformation. So when we do that, so that is the power of the divine name. And it is available on our website where we just say Om Sri Sai Ram. You heard that 10-minute clip. You can hear, or it's 108 names. Whichever way we are connected with Swami. The second great gift is unparalleled, beautiful form. We all have seen. The more you see him, the more we want to see him. That is called God is Nitya Nutana, ever new. The picture of it, video, the more we see, more we want to see. That is the divine magnetic attraction. To facilitate that, we are going to talk about it, release a website where you have the wonderful pictures, Bhagawan's pictures of Swami, 100 of them for 100th birthday with high resolution. You can download. And these are beautiful to contemplate. When you contemplate on his beautiful form, along with the divine name, or you can do the meditations, you will be in bliss. Just let us practice that. It's a wonderful way. So many spiritual seekers are connected with God. This is the second greatest precious gift Swami has given, is name, sweet name, and the divine form. What is the third gift? So the third gift is astounding and awe-inspiring leelas. We all experienced, every one of us on this meeting, and millions around the world who have experienced Swami's love. In each one has a unique way. That is the wonderful thing about this great master. Each one of us, he connects in his own way, whether it could be a cure of their illness, or coming out of a crisis in the family or at work, or in any way, many miracles. And these are being shared by us in the various communication media. Through the YouTube channel, we put periodically all the wonderful sharing of the devotees about their experiences. That is Sai Bhagavatam. This is one of the greatest sadhana. We put in our official monthly publication, The Eternal Companion, where we share the experiences of the devotees. So this itself is a sadhana. This is wonderful. Swami's history, his story is inspiring. Just we can think about it, Sai Bhagavatam, and we all will be connected. And this is also a platform which we have it available for people through our SSSIO channel. And the next great gift from Swami is his universal and eternal message, which transcends the barriers of nationality, race, religion, gender, and age. So it is for everybody, for our redemption. And it is unique. This is the only avatar we have in history where thousands of divine discourses are available, which are available as Sathya Sai speaks. They are available some on audio and video. And also we have his wonderful writings as Vahinis, 16 Vahinis. All these are available in our website. So we have ready access to them so that we need to dive deep and we practice them. Our life is redeemed. So taking this, one of the themes Swami has given is purity is enlightenment. That we are pure, then we are enlightened. As simple as that. Hey, I want enlightenment, be pure, then you are enlightened. That is why Lord Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So that is why we chose the theme for the 11th World Conference, Purity is Enlightenment. We shared this study guide with all of you and is available also on our website, and we send the communication. So please let us dive deep in preparation for this wonderful conference. And this is being done all over the world in various study circles. People are studying Swami's teachings. But important is we need to practice that. And the fifth gift, what is the fifth greatest gift? Is his organization. Sri Sathya Sai International Organization, which was founded by Swami, nurtured by Swami, guided by Swami, and continues to be guided by Swami. No time in the history of humankind, a avatar has started an organization. And here it is Swami. Most of the other missions, whether Christian mission, Buddhist mission, and many things which came after the avatar left their coil. Here, during his lifetime, he started this. So we are so blessed to be part of this organization. What is so unique about this organization? Not only that the avatar founded, but it has the three important wings. These are the three paths to reach God, as I said. One is the path of karma, the selfless service. Swami has made it a service organization. This is the path to reach God. Then he has showed the bhakti path, the path of devotional wing, wherein through path of love, divine love, we can reach God. And third is path of jnana, the path of wisdom, where we contemplate the purpose of life, inquire who I am, and dive deep into his teachings, and we reach the goal. So these are the wonderful gifts Swami has given us. Then when somebody gives gift, you need to express gratitude. How can we express gratitude to the Lord? What can we give? Really, what can you give? He himself said, the best you can do is practice my teachings and be of service to the humanity, to the creation. Actually, the scriptures say the two things. The purpose of life is Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitayaja. The purpose of life is so for our own salvation, for our own self-realization, we live. Second is for the good and welfare of the world. These two should go together. So for the Atmano Mokshartham, for our own liberation, a realization, Swami has given the three gifts. Repeat his name all the time, contemplate on his form, and think about his wonderful leelas. So then we will be realized. Then for serving the humanity, for the good of the world, we have the organization, the platform Swami has given through which we serve that. We have many initiatives. People are going to share the subsequent presenters about the various initiatives we have taken, environmental initiatives like tree planting, cleaning the beaches, using the alternate fuels, many, many initiatives because nature is God. So that is to serve the nature. Then we have initiatives wherein we do the education, human values in the communities, in our own centers. And we have the programs to do the healthcare services to provide in the healthcare needs of the people. So many service projects. And then most important is spreading his love and message through the public outreach programs. So that also will be shared. So through various programs, we share his love and message and be involved with his work. So this, another way to express gratitude, this is going on actually all these initiatives for the last 2 years. These Sai 100 initiatives. So it was wonderful. Dr. Siroish Govind came up with this idea, and now it is most of the people are doing that. You'll hear how much is being done with the tree planting, medical camps, in all spheres, how much progress is made. But we need to intensify our sadhana. There are only about 6 months. Let us all intensify our sadhana. In preparation for the 100th birthday, we are going to celebrate Swami's birthday in November in every Sathya Sai center in the world. And it will be celebrated in every country and every region. Actually, already some people in preparation for that, they're having some I would say like pre-world conference or meetings in Mexico in April, in Australia in April, and in May in Zone 8, and in July they're having in United States of America. So it is going to be, we are getting geared up for the 100th birthday. So finally it will culminate in a grand celebration with the World Conference, 11th World Conference in Sai Premanilayam, wherein we will have the World Conference, and the theme, as I said, purity is enlightenment. And during that time, also we will have presentations and programs by ladies wing, ladies around the world, the beacons of not nation beacons of the world, and also we'll have programs by the young adults, SSC children, and various cultural programs like the Sarvadharma Choir and various other programs, workshops, panel discussions, all these things. All this is to express our love and gratitude to Swami. So let us pray to Swami to bless us with strength, devotion, determination, and dedication so that we love him and serve him with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. Jai Sai Ram. I would like to share that we'll have a short video clip we'll share with you, which will just give you a glimpse of this, what is upcoming celebrations going to be in Sai Premanilayam. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for the inspiring talk. We are grateful to Swami, eternally grateful, not only for giving us a chance to work in the organization and in the divine mission, but also having you lead the SSSIO for our own spiritual growth as well as the salvation and good of others. So at this time, I'm very happy to request another SSIO senior leader to address us. He has tirelessly taken Swami's message to all corners of the world, and he travels thousands of miles every year to inspire and motivate everyone to follow Swami's teachings. So I request the chairman of Sri Sathya Sai World Foundation, Mr. Leonardo Gutter, to say a few words. Leonardo, please.
Thank you, Anupam. Om Sri Sai Ram. I offer my love, my whole life at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master and Lord Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and I offer my love to all of you. I appreciate very much your participation in this call. I think that we have to reflect a little more about this unique opportunity that we have, as Dr. Reddy just mentioned in his talk, the opportunity of having been born at the same time when a divine incarnation, the Purna Avatar, came to this planet. But not only that, we have been called and chosen by him to be his instruments in his divine mission. I think we have to think about that every day, all the time, because we don't remember how much we have worked to get this opportunity, how much efforts we have done in so many lives. We don't remember that. And it's very important. I always say that this is like a marathon. You know, when a marathon usually is 42.5 kilometers. And we have run much more to get this opportunity in this life, millions of kilometers in each life. But we are very close of the goal. It would be very sad if being so close of the goal, we just lose the intensity, the enthusiasm to continue our journey. We see that this might happen to some of us. We all have important responsibilities with our family, with our work, in our profession, in our personal life. But we all have a much more important responsibility with God, because he has called us, he has chosen us, and he's our coach in this marathon. He's with us all the time to help us reach the goal. So we should not lose this incredible opportunity that we have. We should not lose the enthusiasm, the intensity that is required. I mentioned that because, you know, in the body, the circulation of the blood is essential for us to remain alive. In an organization, the same thing is communication. The effective communication is essential for the organization to remain active. Whenever you have an activity, the same day or the next day, you have to inform about it. To inform it to your National Council President, the National Council President to the Zonal Chair, and the Zonal Chair to the Prashanti Council. We don't want to have that information only when we have these kind of meetings. We need to have it, the accurate information, every day. Also, the Zonal Chairs or the National Council Presidents will have to send the information to every center, to every site devotee, the same day or the next day that they receive it. This is to circulate the blood of information in the organization. We all owe everything to Swami. So let's pay our debt, fulfilling our roles, the roles he has given us, with excellence, immediately. You know, Swami says that whenever we get a divine instruction for him, we have to act immediately on that. So please take it, this new way of working, as a divine instruction that Swami is giving us, to really disseminate the information immediately. I really think that this organization will have not just an incredible celebration of the 100th birthday in every country, in every center, but this will not end in November 23, 2025. This has to continue, because this organization will last for thousands of years. And so this organization should work in a perfect way. Again, thank you very much for all of your participation, and let's work with full of enthusiasm and intensity. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Leonardo, for the reminder for all of us to do our best in the divine mission. This is our true duty. Now, at this point, it's my pleasure to call upon the chair of the events committee, Mr. Alex Grana, to give us an update on the 100th birthday celebrations being planned in Sai Prema Nilayam in Riverside. And then we'll also see some resources after he finishes from the digital media team on what is available to you for using for your own celebrations. Alex, please.
Thank you, Anupam. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Very good. Nilesh, if I could kindly have those slides, please. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sairams to all of you, I would like to start by offering my most gratitude to our beloved Swami for the opportunity of working in this divine mission, and ask that he be our every thought, word, and deed in this road towards his centennial grand birthday celebrations. Brothers and sisters from all over the world, loving Sairams to all of you. I don't think I need to reiterate what Dr. Reddy and Brother Leonardo have already stated, but what a privilege and how blessed we are to be able to actually be contemporaries of the Purna Avatar of this age. And not only that, but to actually be able to be engaged in his work, and also to actually have the opportunity to commemorate and celebrate and participate in the planning of his 100th birthday celebrations. A few things that you have already heard, but we can never hear too much of them. These celebrations actually will take place from November 19th through the 23rd, 2025, in Sai Prema Nilayam in Riverside, California, USA. And we would like to, from now on, request that each and every one of you, please book your tickets. We want to extend the most loving welcome and invitation to each and every one of you. If I could have the next slide, please. Very good. So one thing that is important for all of us to know is that although clearly Swami's birthday celebrations are the main event that will be celebrated here, actually this occasion is the confluence of three major events that Swami has willed all happen in this occasion. The first one is November 19, 2025. Of course, that will be the Ladies' Day celebration, but not just a celebration of another Ladies' Day, another year, but the 30th year anniversary when Swami actually had declared in 1995 that women around the world must be revered as the embodiments of sacrifice. So first and foremost, as it is fit, we want to extend an invitation to all the ladies from around the world to come to Sai Prema Nilayam and celebrate this auspicious occasion, the 30th year anniversary of that declaration from Swami on November 19, 2025. Number one. Number two, November 20 through the 22nd, we've heard that this is the celebration of the 11th World Conference. Indeed, it has been 10 years since our last World Conference in 2015. You may recall that in 2020, we were planning for this very 11th World Conference. However, COVID came and this did not happen. But no doubt that Swami had very special plans for that 11th World Conference, and that will take place also this year between the 20th and the 22nd of November in Sai Prema Nilayam. And of course, the Grand Centennial celebrations of Swami that will take place on November 23rd, 2025. Dr. Reddy spoke about the 5 gifts that we have received from Swami. Those gifts being his sweet name, the beautiful divine form, his awe-inspiring leelas and stories, his universal message that is applicable to the whole world, and his organization. Brothers and sisters, all of these elements, all of these gifts will be present at this very centennial celebration and during the World Conference. It'll have all the elements of traditional conferences that we have had in the past, but of course, elevated to suit the occasion. If I could have the next items, please. Registration is actually now open. So just as I'm speaking, and just as you're listening to this meeting, you can actually go and register. But I am going to tell you how to do that. However, by Swami's grace, we have secured the website, the domain satyasai100.org, and everybody can go there. This will be the place where we actually maintain the inspiration and the information about the upcoming celebrations. This website right now has only early information at this point in time. We will be updating it over weeks to come, and we will inform you when those updates come in. As far as accommodation options, we're working on those, and those will be further released during March of 2025. So stay tuned. I will come back and I will walk you through the website after I touch upon my next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, as far as the event highlights, as I mentioned earlier, first of all, I would like to thank, on behalf of the events committee, all the zones and the committee chairs who sent multiple ideas as to how is it that we can honor our Lord and celebrate this auspicious occasion. Many of you have sent that information. We are considering it, and we're trying to put it into part of the planning. So again, stay tuned, and we will have more information for you in weeks and months to come. In terms of the items that we will cover, or that we will include, I should say, in this event, you can see some of those items that have also been addressed by Dr. Reddy earlier. We will have soul-stirring experiences and transformational stories of devotees and the members of the public at large in terms of their experiences with Swami, as well as their transformation, personal transformation, and transformation in the community at large. We will have inspiring speakers and panel discussions. Other items, please. Of course, devotional programs, the best musical programs that we will be able to assemble for that occasion, cultural presentations as well. Dr. Reddy spoke about the Sarva Dharma Choir. I think all of you have heard about the Sarva Dharma Choir, but if you haven't, this is a choir assembled to sing the glory of the Lord in Eastern Europe. They have been basically around for 17 years, and they have done presentations in several countries around the world and all over India. They are composed by a 30-member choir, and it is something not to be missed. By Swami's grace, they will be here with us in November, and we hope that all of you get to enjoy what they bring to us. Of course, we will have unique children programs and young adult offerings, and we will also connect the world by having interconnected live program offerings during those 5 days from zones across the world. So this is something that, obviously, this is a world conference. We understand that not everybody will be able to make it, although everybody is most lovingly invited. But in order to connect every single member and devotee from around the world, we will make sure that whatever is happening in other zones around the world comes together during these 5 days, and much more. As far as the zonal interconnected programs, we will have a follow-up with the zone chairs and the National Council presidents. We will, in the program, create a schedule, an allotment for these programs that to be released during April of 2025. But what we would like to ask the zone chairs already is to start planning and submitting a proposal. If you had one program from your zone that you would actually like to feature in this auspicious occasion, what would that program be? We ask that everybody stays within 30 minutes. It could be a cultural program of music. It could be a play, a drama. It could be a variety of things. We leave the creativity up to you, but by April 2025, we will be assigning slots in the overall program to each one of the zones. So with this said, Brother Nilesh, could I please, can you take us to the website? Brothers and sisters, this is satyasai100.org. Beautiful royal purple and gold as the logo that has been put together, the infinity logo for this divine year. And if we could scroll down, you will see that there's some basic information in the website. Initially, what will happen in the conference, some of the event highlights that, if we keep scrolling down, some of the event highlights, of course, the theme is purity is enlightenment. And we know that purity is basically at the source of all of our sadhanas, or the main objective of all of our sadhanas. The World Conference, and of course, the Grand Centennial celebrations of Swami. And then at the bottom, you have a beautiful video that was actually put together by the Indonesia team for one of our previous programs, but it is done in beautiful, beautiful drawing form that depicts the life and message of our beloved Swami. You can enjoy it at any point in time. It's about 7 minutes. Nilesh, if we could kindly go to the study guide, Purity's Enlightenment. That is also an item in the menu. All of you should have received this information from Dr. Reddy in January of this particular year. I want to emphasize just a couple of things, some gems in this particular study guide. If we could go to the table of contents, please. In this particular guide, in preparation for the conference, there are all themes related to purity in beautiful discourses, quotes, and stories from Swami that can be studied in this guide. From why is purity important, to how to develop purity, to the types of purity that Swami that emphasizes, as well as beautiful stories, as I mentioned, related to this. This guide is about 70 pages long. So actually, if we were to assign one particular page, each of which has anywhere between 2 and 4 major quotes on the subject, we could actually have a study circle every given week between now and the centenary celebration. So please make the best use that you can of this beautifully compiled study guide, which again should have been sent to everybody in January, but now you can make use of it through this particular website. If we could now go to the registration page, please. As I mentioned, brothers and sisters, registration is now, right now, open. And it is a very simple registration form. We're asking, and I will walk you through this very briefly, we're asking for everybody's names. We're asking for your country, your size center, general age group, gender, email, phone number, the days that you will be attending, because not everybody will be able to attend every single day. We understand that. We have some tentative arrival and departure dates. Those are not to be final. So if you don't have any information, it is not a problem. You don't need to fill this out. But if you know that you're going to be tentatively arriving a week before, 4 days before, and leaving a week after, please do let us know so that we can plan accordingly. There are opportunities here for you to volunteer in any service activities that best fit you, that you're inclined to, and you can click any number of those. And if you have special needs, please let us know. We also have a section for children. If you are traveling with your children, you can include their names, and you can include their age groups, SSC group, wherever they may fall. One important technical item here is that as you fill this registration form, you will see 2 buttons at the end of the adult registration form that says plus add adult registrant. When you click on that button, you will get another copy of that initial registration form where you can include anybody that you will be traveling with. And the same is the case with the children. So very simple information that you can complete literally in 5 to 10 minutes. It is all tentative at this point in time, and you can go ahead and submit that. I would like to cover just 2 more things. If we can go to the accommodations page. This, of course, doesn't have any information at this point in time. As we mentioned, we will release it during the month of March. So stay tuned for that. We will have, no likelihood, a mix of hotels, motels, and a variety of other options that people can choose from according to their needs. And last but not least, the Contact Us button at the top, where you have an email address where you can write to us and where you can note that we are available to you 24/7, just in the same way as Swami has been for us. So with that said, brothers and sisters, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you and your family members, loved ones, and anyone else from your countries that can come in November of 2025. And I look forward to your registrations very soon. I hand it over back to you, Brother Anupam. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Alex. This was very informative. I'd like to just stress on one item that Alex mentioned. It's not too early to make your registration, travel plans, and visit the website satsai100.org And I repeat again, the email address is info@satyasai.org, satyasai100.org, in case you need information. So we look forward to seeing all of you at Sai Prema Nilayam in November. Now we'll go over to digital media team, who will walk you through some of the amazing resources that are available to you and the people in your Sai center or in your country or your region. And they will also tell you about some resources available for your own celebrations as well as for sharing with others. I invite the digital media lead, Irka Blazek, to talk about this along with Arvind and Praveen of the team. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Anupam, Sairam. Dear Swami, brothers and sisters, I'm very happy to be with you today. And I will be talking about the digital media team. Before I start, I would like to introduce the members of the digital media team, who are Praveen Vak, Aravind Balasubramanya, Sanjeevan Maheshwaran, and Mohan Dora. You will hear from Praveen and Aravind today. The point of digital media team is to share Sathya Sai's divine message and teachings on digital media to inspire and uplift both in the organization, the devotees, and interested public. And we are going to talk a little bit today about how we're going to do that. This is the agenda, and I'm now inviting Aravind to start by introducing the Sai Organization YouTube channel. Over to you, Aravind.
Sairam, offering my most humble pranams at Bhagawan's lotus feet. It's an honor and privilege to be part of this very beautiful meeting. In the Prashanti Vahini, Swami writes so beautifully. He says, suppose a child refuses to swallow a pill when it is in bed suffering from fever and asks for a banana instead. Do you know what to do? Don't omit the pill. Instead, insert the pill inside the banana and offer it to the child to be swallowed. Its desire is satisfied and the fever also comes down. The fundamental has not been discarded, it has remained unchanged. Only the method of administering it has been modified. This has been an inspiration for us, the digital team, which we feel that we are spreading the divine love in the digital dimension, because we feel that for this bhava roga, or the disease of worldliness that all of us suffer from, this fever of worldliness, the pill is Swami's teachings. And this YouTube and all other social media, whatever, I'll be focusing on YouTube, is that banana through which we offer this pill. And this is a divine medical camp that we are all doing medical seva in that sense. We need not be actual doctors, medical doctors to do this medical seva. And this is something that all of us can participate in and should participate in. Can we go to the next slide, Nilesh? Because I will continue after that. Yeah. Now, I want to share one beautiful incident, but before that, let me tell you, I'm going to keep this slide on for some time because you can scan this QR code, and let us start by ourselves subscribing to this channel, because as you can see on the right, all the kind of videos that we put, they involve documentaries, they involve interviews, they involve darshans, bhajans. It is a lifeline. It is so beautiful and it fills us with Swami. So as I give you about 35-40 seconds to scan this, let me share one beautiful episode. A devotee once asked Swami, Swami, how do we know that we are blessed and we have your grace? Swami's response is very interesting and insightful. Swami said, without effort, if you are able to remember Swami, know that you are blessed. So that is the secret. If we are able to remember Swami without any effort, effortlessly we are remembering Swami. But dear brothers and sisters, in order to reach that level, to achieve that, a lot of effort has to go in. You know, how do we know we have balance? When effortlessly we can ride the bicycle. But in order to do that, we have to put in so much effort, and we will have our falls and bruises and all that. So in the beginning, we are not able to think of Swami, neither are we putting efforts. The next stage, we start putting efforts, and yet we are not able to think continuously of Swami because we are distracted. We find so many other things, the worldly pleasures that dross. Swami says the mind is like the fly, which goes and sits on the sweets, but also sits in the garbage dump. Like that, our mind keeps going. So we are putting efforts, but yet we are not able to think. But when we sustain those efforts, we reach a stage where we are putting efforts and we are able to think of Swami. And when we sustain that over a period of time, we reach that blessed state where, like breathing, without effort, we are able to think of Swami. So that is why I said this social media, this YouTube, which is available, like it's omnipresent after God. Let us not just enjoy that ourselves, let us share it on. I want to share a few statistics. The Sathya Sai YouTube channel is, you can go to YouTube and just search SSSIO, it will come. Or yeah, the channel has also been shared in the chat. Can we go to the next slide, please? I want to share some stats with you. Compared to 2023, we have had a 25% increase in views. From 1.7 million views that we got in 2023, we have had 2.26, nearly 2.3 million views in 2024. And the wonderful thing about it is, in 2023, about 40% of our views came from India alone. But now it has been more distributed views from around the world, with the United States increasing from 11% to 15%, South Africa increasing from 4% to 5%. Similarly, we have increases in United Kingdom and Australia. At the same time, what I'm showing here on screen are the top 10 out of the 110 countries. Kudos and congratulations for these 10 countries for making it to the top 10. So I'm making a comparison within these top 10. I also would like to highlight the special case of Russia. Russia, because of various reasons, the political climate there has had a lot of trouble with YouTube being available. In fact, in October 2024, YouTube has been throttled. You almost get no speed at all. Despite that, Russia manages to achieve nearly 50,000 views, which means it's a reflection of the intensity and yearning to connect with Swami through the virtual medium. So, my salutations to brothers and sisters in Russia who have such a thirst and yearning for Swami. Of course, when I say all these numbers, we all know Swami says a teaspoon of cow milk is better than barrels of donkey milk. It is always quality. But we know that that quality of devotion and love is already there in all the viewers. Once we are assured of the quality, quantity is good, right? And that is why let us participate. As I say, it is a seva. It is also a kind of spiritual medical camp. Because how many people, when they see a video, we can go and see the comments there. People say, this has saved my life. This has given me so much courage and joy. Let us try to do that. Next slide, please. Yes, we heard about the 100th birthday at Sai Premaniliyam, and I'm sure that we will be doing such celebrations all around the world. Why am I presenting this in a virtual digital media session? It is because, dear brothers and sisters, all the inspiring interviews, most of the content that we have put on YouTube, where do you think it came from? It didn't land from the skies. It has come mostly and mainly from such events, whether it is the conference in Kenya, Nairobi, the conference in Jaffna in Sri Lanka, the conference at Riverside, Sai Premaniliyam, and the other conferences held in Europe, held in Latin America. We have had a Latin American young adult, her story going viral with more than 35,000 views, and so many people have been so deeply touched. How did this happen? Because that young adult happened to participate in the Nairobi, Kenya conference. So, dear brothers and sisters, it is so important that we participate. When we come together, Swami would say, when 100 cars are going in the dark night, even if one car loses the headlight, it can still proceed from the headlights of the other cars. That is the power of satsang, and when we are able to come together, therefore, let us move out of our shells, move out of our homes, and go and congregate together. That unity is what will bring purity, and we know purity brings divinity or enlightenment. That is the theme. Purity is enlightenment. Let me just read one quote from Bhagawan's discourse on 6th January 1975. It is so beautiful. Swami says, the main objective of the Satsai organization, which you must always keep before you, is to help man to recognize the divinity that is inherent in him. I would like to add a comment that in order to do that, we should first recognize it ourselves, and all this satsang is what helps in that. Swami continues, first of all, I want that you should give up the blind imitation of other cultures, other social systems, and other ideals. This is so significant, so subtle yet powerful message. That is the reason why Swami has constructed the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization in this manner. There is no central authority, there is no central control. No, 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 because Swami says each country has its uniqueness, unique challenges, unique blessings, unique powers, unique privileges. So each one do according to themselves, and there is an advisory that comes at a central level. Otherwise, there is no centralized control. Swami has constructed this whole beautiful organization in this manner. And Swami continues, so your duty, when I put dot 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 in that, it just means that you go to this discourse, there is a gap between each of these quotes. So I have put three dots to signify that. Swami says, so your duty is to emphasize the one, to experience the one in all that you do and speak. And here is the benefit. Swami says, let me tell you that if you serve with your whole heart, the result will be ananda, divine bliss for you. Half-hearted work will only give superficial joy or fame. Remember that the God you worship by this work is resident in your own heart. Others may or may not see, but the ever-present God, our Swami, sees and notes everything that you do or feel. Even what we feel, He is perceiving that. And that is this beautiful opportunity we are getting to congregate in different areas, and of course, the grand celebration at Sai Premanaliyam. Next slide, please. And as we celebrate it in our own countries, our own regions, our own zones, we realized that we had so many requests from so many people that we want Swami's photographs, in good resolution. 2 MB, 3 MB, 4 MB files. We will give you, we decided that we will work, and this has been a humble offering with Bhagawan's immense grace and blessings. The entire digital media team has worked on this, and many others who are not officially in the digital media team, but they're very integral to it. There are so many who have worked in gathering, to start off with, 100 high resolution photographs, which you can just download by filling in again just your name, email ID, and country. And you can use them on your banners, you can use them in your altars, anywhere. And this is not a restricted set. This 100 we will keep adding on. This website, the final stages of development it is in, and mostly within a week, definitely before Aradhana, you will receive emails giving you details of this website. So please go ahead, download these images, and let us fill the world even physically with Swami everywhere. I would offer this to Swami, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. Over to you, Irka. Sairam.
Thank you, Aravind. Thank you so much for this. We would like to also spend a moment talking about Eternal Companion. And I would like to invite Praveen, who is part of the Eternal Companion team, to talk about it. Praveen?
Sairam. Next slide, Nilesh. So we'll talk about Eternal Companion. Just like we see these 100 photographs, Swami loved to give us prasadam and gifts. And speaking from experience, we certainly enjoyed receiving them. So it's our great privilege to be part of continuing to give out these things. So can you hit play on that, Nilesh? So at the end of 2024, the logo for 100th birthday was released. And this is not just a pretty design, it's a symbol, and it carries a lot of meaning. It's the number 100. And with the one being made from Swami's form. And some of you may be familiar with the teaching that zeros only matter when there is a one at the start of them. And here that one is Swami. And this logo also represents the infinite love, grace, wisdom, and glory of our dear Bhagawan. You can download this logo at that link. It's also provided in the chat. So this is a logo made for 100th birthday, but Swami is for eternity, not just for one particular year. So it's provided for devotees to use on their various 100th birthday posters, their projects like videos, even birthday cakes coming up in November. It's already available in a few colors at the website and also in an editable form if you have a graphic designer who can work on making other colors for you. We'll also be sharing a letterhead with the logo on it and also a PowerPoint template that has the logo. These will be coming out soon. Are you required to use these? No, they're just available for you in case you don't know how to make something like that. So if you have questions about how to use the logo or you need some help with that, please contact us. So next slide. So contrary to what you might think, especially with what Arvind just presented, the word media does not refer to just videos that you watch on your phone or social media. It still covers traditional methods such as reading and printed items. And these are also included in the work done by the media committee and the media team. Most of us on this call, we learn Swami's teachings via reading discourses and reading books of devotees' experiences. And so in that vein, we bring you Eternal Companion. Let me put the link here in the chat for you. So this monthly magazine was launched on Mahashivratri in 2022. So it's been out for a while now. This monthly magazine brings you updates about Sai activities happening worldwide, including those by young adults. You can see some of the pages individually here. I know they're small, but you can kind of make it out, right? A section is a children's section. There's a section for the glory of womanhood. Each issue also includes a discourse by Swami, which has been carefully reviewed. It's not simply copy-pasted from Sathya Sai Speaks and, oh, here it is. There's a team of translators who listen to the audio recordings and the Telugu print versions to ensure that the words are accurate. There have already been many cases where this team has found important corrections that were needed on the commonly found books and have also updated the version that's on the Sai Speaks website. This contains inspiring stories by devotees. Many of you who are on this call have shared your experiences. Many others of you on this call have amazing experiences to share. And you know, even if you're not a reader, just look at these few sample pages. I'm very certain that you'll enjoy this magazine just to see the rare and unique photographs and also the children's sweet artwork. On a little more serious note, you know, most of you on this call are position holders of some kind. And as Leonardo mentioned before, there's a gap between things that you may be involved with and what devotees actually get a chance to experience. So what we ask of you is to please ensure that devotees are made aware of this publication. Just like the YouTube channel, a lot of devotees may not even know that there is such a channel. They see videos and don't realize they can subscribe to some channel about it. Please ensure that devotees are made aware of this publication. We find out that even though we have emails about it, we put it on social media, we even put the PDFs on WhatsApp, and there are still devotees who haven't heard about it or they've never seen it. So please help with that. So in proper, be, do, see, tell protocol, read an issue for yourself and then be part of sharing that with devotees. The link I've shared, it goes to the landing page for Eternal Companion where you can see the current issue and all the past issues. These issues are also translated to other languages. It takes a little bit while to get the translations out. You can see how this is a graphically rich magazine. It's not just a Word document with text, there's pictures and all kinds of beautiful things in it. All of that gets translated. All of the text you're hearing here in English is translated. So it takes a little while. So what we would love to get from you is your experiences. Be part of writing content for this. Certainly, at least be part of helping spread the good news and this beautiful piece of prasadam with devotees. Sai.
Thank you so much, Praveen. Can we go to the next slide, please?
Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shiva, a ti que con una sonrisa mi vida la levanta. Shambho Shankara Om Shivaya. Shiva Shiva Shankara Hara Parameshwara Saishwaraya Namo. Hara 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 Mahadeva.
Thank you, Nilesh, and thank you all for. Can we go back to that slide and not play the video? Is that possible? Yeah, that's okay. We can stay here. I want to thank everyone for submitting, because you could see we played a short medley of bhajans that were part of the Mahashivaratri celebrations. And we wanting to thank everyone who has submitted their songs and bhajans that we could include, and that created what we felt was a very uplifting and inspiring a program consisting of your bhajans. And now we're planning to do another Akhanda bhajans as usual in November. And we would like to call on you to record more bhajans and new bhajans and submit them by July, because we would like to subtitle them and put them together for the Akhanda bhajans. There are a lot of bhajans included. So please, we will come back to you and remind you. But we want to avoid having to do last-minute jobs and people having to work through the night. And this is why we would like to have the bhajan submitted by July. And we'll remind you about that in due time. And now we can go to the next slide. Thank you. Another initiative that the digital media team is preparing for the 100th birthday, in this case, actually, it will be released by Guru Purnima, is a collection of 100 experiences and miracles of Sai devotees. Most of them you have been able to read in the Eternal Companions. But we know from the feedback that people are busy and maybe not able to read every single issue of the Eternal Companion. So we have reread and compiled and edited and are still working on making a collection of 100 experiences and miracles of Sai devotees. You can see actually a few of these examples that you may be familiar, but there are many others that are not so well known, but also very, very inspiring. And I know many of you actually on this call have submitted their experiences, and many of them have been published, and some of them are maybe in queue to be published later. And the rest of you, I'm sure you have experiences, and we encourage you, please ask Swami for inspiration, write them down and share them with the Eternal Companion team. And we are now publishing 100 experiences for the 100th birthday, but we think this is an ongoing project. So we'll be looking for more experiences and miracles to publish in the years to come. We're not going to wait for the 200th birthday. We will publish them in the coming years. So this ebook will be released on Guru Purnima this year, 2025, for everybody to enjoy and read as we are preparing for the 100th birthday in November. Next slide, please. And another project is about,
to all of you here today.
please wait. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is technology is running ahead, but I would like to have a few words before we go, because this will be our closing slide for the digital media. And we have actually a voice, because this is about audiobooks, we have a voice that will introduce this project in a few moments. Before we go there, I wanted to go back for one moment to what Aravind was saying about YouTube. And we had some feedback in the previous meetings when devotees were saying that YouTube can be a complex medium with you come and watch, you want to watch Swami's Bhagavatam and discourse and bhajans and experiences. And there's some other distracting also aspects on YouTube. But please remember that the theme of this birthday, the theme of this year is purity is enlightenment. So going to YouTube could be one of our spiritual sadhanas, where we go and improve our purity by only focusing on the good, only focusing on Swami. And like Swami says, when we build a house, we put a door and we choose who we let in and who we let do not let in, and let them outside. So the same way when we go to YouTube, and as a matter of fact, in everyday life, we have a lot of encounters and different things come and knock at the door asking for our attention, but we can make a choice, and we can always pray to Swami to give us the strength and determination to do that, and only focus on the good, and only open the door to our insight, to what uplifts and inspires. So after this little detour, I'm now coming back to the audiobooks, and I will ask, now is a good time to
Sai Ram to all of you
introduce-
here today in 2025. I am a digital voice of Dr. John Hislop. The SSSIO digital media team is working on a very interesting project aimed at producing audiobooks. They are working on producing an audio version of the book titled My Baba and I that contains wonderful stories about our beloved Sai and many of his teachings, and is narrated in author's voice, the same voice that is speaking to you now. If you have any suggestions for other materials that would be good candidates for an audio format, please let the digital media team know. Thank you and loving Sai Rams to all of you here.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hislop. Thank you, digital media team. Thank you, Swami. Thank you, all of you, for your attention. Back to you, Anupam.
Thank you, Erka. Our gratitude to the entire digital media team for some wonderful work going on. And we wish that all the senior leaders will take this back to all the devotees in your center, in your region, around the world, so they can participate. We are running a little bit late, so in the interest of time, let me call upon Archive Committee Karthik to give you a little follow-up on some of the things that you heard so far. Karthik, please.
Sairam, everyone. Thank you, Uncle. Back in November, the SSIO Archive Committee announced 100 Pearls for 100 Birthday program. It is a collection of 100 devotee experiences that we will offer to Swami during the birthday celebrations. Since then, we've received no overwhelming response. We've already got more than 100 devotees who have signed up. Some of the interviews have started. We expect to complete recording all the interviews by early summer so that we can start creating the video that will be released during the birthday. We intend to put out the full-length videos starting from birthday on all our social media channels. The unique thing about this program is the interviews are not just in English. We already have interviews in Russian, Telugu, Tamil, and we expect quite a few in Spanish as well. So we've got devotees from all over the world representing every single zone so far. If you've not heard of this program, if you'd like to participate, if you know devotees in your countries who would like to participate, please reach out to the archive team at archive@sathyaSai.org. The other request I would like to make is if you know of any volunteers in your country or regions who would be interested in assisting with the technical aspects like video editing, please reach out to us, because the number of videos we've received is far more than what we expected. So we need all the help we can to put together the program. Again, please reach out to us at archive@sathyaSai.org and we will get in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. And now for something exciting. All of you have been participating in Sai 100 for a while, and we are intensifying our work, our different programs, projects, etc., drawing in more and more people. To give us an update, I'd like to turn it over now to Dr. Suresh Govind, Prashanti Council member, to tell you about some of the works going on around the world. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Anupam. By the infinite grace, love, and compassion of Bhagawan Baba, yes. So it's so beautiful and inspiring to be in this satsang. It is amazing that the conception of this idea of the Sai 100 a couple of months ago, in fact, 2 years and 2 months ago, the momentum started picking up. So we have this program for Swami's 100th birthday. Yeah, next slide. So in this 100th birthday, we wanted to involve many people, involve many wings, and work together and beautifully execute these programs. So we divided these programs into the 7 public outreach programs, which are namely public meetings, community adoption program or community support program, expansion of the SSEHV programs, mental well-being workshops, medical camps, massive tree planting, and school tutoring programs. This is the outreach programs, taking the message to the far corners of the world as what Swami wanted. Then, of course, we focused on the in-reach programs, which is strengthening the organization. So we looked at the how to have seamless, effective communication, how to have good international media supporting all these activities, how to strengthen the young adults, as well as increase SSC and strengthen SSC, as well as now the 1 million steps, which just now Dr. Reddy mentioned about. So with these programs, not only while reaching out, but at the same time strengthening the organization. And we thought that this is a nice, good way that we can present Swami's 100th birthday, a gift to Swami by all countries collectively, seamlessly and beautifully like that. Because when we say happy birthday, Swami always says, don't make me happy, I'm always happy, make me proud. So this is one nice way of trying to say how we can do to create, not only improve the world, but create better versions of ourselves. Next slide, please. So we divided ourselves into organizing committee, and as we go through this, I will explain to you the names of the people who are involved in this, and also a coordinating committee. So there's a group of people really working tirelessly behind the scenes to make things happen, to support this whole initiative, and this has been going on beautifully well. And this is not just for Swami's 100th birthday, by the way. It's not that we're going to stop after Swami's 100th birthday. I think the systems and the structures are now evolving and becoming very concrete, and it will continue even after Swami's 100th birthday. Next slide, please. Yeah. So what we have done is that we used to have town hall meetings, and then we wanted to see whether we were not sure whether how effective those town hall meetings other than passing information. So what we did was we went zone by zone, bringing in the leaders, working with them, having workshops of this nature. So we have covered all the 9 zones on the outreach programs, and we've just started the in-reach workshops. We just covered 2, and we just covered lately the 3 zones, 6 and 7, just yesterday. So like this, we'll be covering zone by zone, trying to look at the new nuts and bolts of the implementation issues, so that these activities will become more pervasive. And then all these ideas, we wanted to have right from the start, we wanted to have a dashboard. So quite a few ideas were moving about, and thanks to Shiva Paturi from Zone 1, we have now managed to get a nice dashboard. And this is why this excitement, and just now we were saying, Brother Leonardo also mentioned that basically, so while moving forward for this, once we have all the information in one dashboard, getting all the information, consolidating, harmonizing, making sure they're authentic, that itself was a process. So just for this presentation today, a lot of phone calls and everything else was made. But I think the most important thing is there is now a good, nice, beautiful system in place, so that now we just need to just keep updating it regularly. And I think then we will have all the right numbers to be presented. So Shiva, can we just show the dashboard, please? Shiva Paturi.
Sure. Thank you, brother. Just share my screen here.
Yeah. So this is the dashboard. Explain, Shiva.
Yeah. So I think, like brother, first of all, thank you, brother Suresh, for the opportunity. And so we've put this dashboard together. It's a real-time dashboard. As we, in fact, some of the numbers here have been updated since this morning as well, right? So we're tracking a combination of in-reach and outreach programs. And I think as we roll this out, we'll see newer versions that will come through as well to give more details. The first one here is Million Steps Towards Swami, which I think it's an in-reach program. The idea is to all of us take mindful steps, think about Swami while walking. And we've received overwhelming response. We are already at 160 million steps, which is equivalent to around 55,000 miles, which is actually almost just about more than twice the perimeter of Earth, right? Planet Earth, right? It's basically, it's that significant. I mean, this number can be, we can get to 1 billion easily because currently it's only being driven by a few countries, but we can roll it out to all the countries so we can take, active and enthusiastic participation over the next few months.
So Shiva, let's take the challenge thrown by Dr. Reddy just now. Let's go to the 1 billion steps. So there's only few countries now. Vignesh from Australia, he's the NCP, he's the one who, he and the team managed to conceive this. We have asked all the InReach groups of people, the various zones to implement this. So probably we should contact and have inner workshops and make sure it becomes more pervasive so that a lot more devotees can participate in this beautiful program. Next.
Thank you, brother. The next one is community adoption or community support. This is actually quite amazing. Our goal was 100. We're already at 155 communities, and these are the communities where we are doing multiple activities, be it Narayan Seva, be it be medical camps, tutoring, supplies, refugee work, supporting refugees. So it's quite inspiring to see this number at 155, an opportunity to grow there as well. And in fact, the interesting nugget there is that, I've actually known, while putting this together over the last few weeks and having satsangs with various leaders in the organization, there are some places I didn't even know of. I think it's just great. It will be inspiring stories when we start telling this, in terms of larger videos and so on with everybody there.
So the person who is coordinating this is Brother Manoharan, central coordinator from Sri Lanka. Central coordinator of Zone 4 from Sri Lanka, and we have managed to get 155 communities, and this is amazing. So now what's going to happen is that there's going to be a specific conference on this, Building Communities Conference, and we are going to bring about some very, very inspiring and very, very touching stories of people who have received the love of devotees and how they have transformed and how they have changed and how the community has changed. And this is going to be really amazing. So we've contacted some international bodies now, the UN bodies and so on, and we're going to have a conference with them to see the practical aspect of including educare, Medicare, social care, implementing this multiple prong program to change the landscape as well as improve the life. So this is going to happen probably during Guru Purnima or somewhere along there. We will inform everybody of this. So we really like to congratulate the people, but also one more step is to please those who have taken these communities, go back again. We still got few more months, deepen the experience in each of this community and implement this multiple prong so that we really give Swami a nice, beautiful gift. So thank you so much. This is really nice, very, very inspiring, this 155 communities. Next.
The next one is the EASE program, which is towards geared towards our physical and mental health being. That's sort of a great activity that we've taken up. So far, we have had 140 sessions across the world. It's again a significant, it's sort of a very late addition to this initiative, but I think has taken on and then great momentum in that area as well.
Dr. Rama Devi from Zone 1, she's the one who's really heading, she and her team. She's so inspiring in the sense that she's really doing the trainer sessions for every zone and then making the doctors and making people responsible there to bring the message to the far corners of the world. Why? Because mental health is a huge problem. It's a big problem. So this is more of preventive exercise to make sure people don't really fall into this. And the work that she has done is quite a few breakthrough work that she has done, which has been highlighted in some editorial magazines, which has really gone to thousands, and so I'm not going to take the thunder away, but we are also going to have a specific workshop, international workshops with her and the team, and bring as many diverse people to see what the impact of this program really is going to be. And that's going to happen also very soon. Thanks, Shiva. Let's go to the next one.
The next one is the medical activities. Medical activities include the medical camps that we've been running across the world, doing wonderful work across the world. We have medical clinics, across the world. We have been organizing health fairs, and different forums where we can talk to the general public about, health. So we have had 642 activities thus far. And again, this is an area that's actually, significantly growing. In fact, there's a camp that's coming up, I believe, very shortly in Madagascar. So I think, again, just great work there.
And this Dr. Dinesh Lal is in charge of this medical camp, but it's not just medical camps alone. The reason why we have put this as medical activities is because there are medical clinics established in many countries, and they are serving hundreds and hundreds of devotees. And then we have medical educational programs taking place. Then we have the medical camps taking place. There's a whole load of activities related to the medical aspects, and that's why we have generically put this as medical activities. This too will have another medical conference because there's so many nice, beautiful stories of how people have received medical help. That too will be having an online international conference soon. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Public meetings is another area. The idea here is to have opportunities to share about Swami's name and message through to the population around the world. Again, I think our goal was 100. We've actually surpassed that, and we'll actually continue to do it. So we have now 377 meetings across all the zones in SSI.
Yeah. And so these public meetings are, Brother Leonardo is leading this, but Sister Alida will speak about this in under the public outreach program. So we won't be emphasizing this, but really, this is really the essence of taking the message to the far corners. 377, and one of the more exciting countries to look at is Zone 8 countries, where really they do quite a lot of reaching out programs involving hundreds and hundreds of people, including the Latin American countries as well. They're very, very good at that. So some of these things are simply because to learn, to see how they do these things, and then inspire ourselves so that we ourselves can take this message to the far corners of the world. Shiva.
The next one is the tutoring program. Again, I think the idea here is to reach out to as many schools, universities, colleges as possible to teach, to help teach. First of all, academic subjects, and also, eventually, talk about human values. So we are 79 schools across the world. Of course, I think our goal was to reach 100, and I'm honestly hoping that we can get to the number very easily, again, as we intensify our sadhana towards that.
Shiva Paturi is the one who's leading this. Shiva himself is leading the school tutoring program. Look, initially there was 10, 12, then slowly 15. Then we stuck at 23. Then we went to 30. And today we are 79, and all over the world. So something that starts somewhere can spread as fast as we can if you're intensively looking at it. If you look at the stories of the children who are participating in this program, I personally spoke to the headmaster of the school that Shiva Paturi's group goes and see, and the headmaster says the children have changed so much because of the school tutoring program. And simply through the school tutoring programs, human values are passed and children change. We have also included other aspects of teaching English to school students, teaching teenage pregnancy prevention programs that have also gone through that values are also being passed. So this is a very, very exciting facet, and we will also be having a conference involving all these schools at some point. Thanks, Shiva. Next.
Thank you. The next one is the massive program, which is on tree planting. The number, like I said earlier, the number is changing by minute. So the latest number that I have is 558,348, right?
Yeah.
So this number has changed from last night to this. I think so as we're getting updates. The number we should read as 558,348 trees, again, across the world. Significant work there.
So this 530 is more than 500,000 trees, and this is really good. And a majority of them have come from Zone 9. Really, it's that they have really done some amazing work. But I'm sure by Swami's 100th birthday, more number of trees is done. Tree planting is by Brother Ashok Sakarani, who is now bringing in all the data. Why the data is changing is because we are continuously collecting information, and this is more or less it will be these numbers, I think so. But anyway, this is the number right now. It is very inspiring and extremely encouraging. We hope that you will ask your children, Balvika SSA children, ask the devotees as well to plant these trees, and hopefully we can make this world a better place.
Yeah. I think that's all we have from an international organization perspective. There's one initiative that we're doing in the US only. I think, again, potentially it can be rolled out to everybody, where we're tracking, we're asking all the members of the organization, centers, to take up at least an hour of service, and then tracking that. So the goal is to have 100 hours for each member that we're sort of doing in the US only. Just that's a number it's on the dashboard.
Sure, this is good for US. It can be used for the whole world as well. It's a nice, good activity as well. Maybe we can think about trying to make this pervasive. But can you also explain the Google form and so that others knows how to get into this dashboard?
Yeah, so we've created a system like Brother Suresh alluded to earlier, where it's a simple Google form with a few questions about your country, region, zone, country, and so on and so forth. And as you can see there, we have some fields you need to fill with respect to date of the activity, which initiative that you're reporting the data. For example, if you're taking reporting on medical camps, basically, or it's actually medical activities, it should be there in the latest one. So you take that and then it'll ask you a few questions, 4 or 5 questions, very simple questions on how many people attend the medical activity, what did you do, what was the inspiration behind it, and so on. And then once you hit submit, within a few minutes, you can see the dashboard, which we can share the link to everybody through the leadership here. And you can see the date update, your data updated there. So it's real time. And in fact, it's probably for the first time they're actually able to see all these activities come together, and then show up like this, in a nice dashboard. And like Brother Suresh said, this can continue post 500 as well.
Yeah. The enrich programs we have not included here, but we will, the next round and the next presentations definitely will be including. I just want you to use Swami. I mean, at this point, Swami's message comes into me in the sense that Swami said the whole thing is a mansion. The whole thing is a mansion. If we keep in our own bedroom and we keep in our own room, we won't know. This dashboard allows us to come into the hall and where all the countries merge, and now everybody can see what everybody else is doing, and therefore we can inspire, all of us can inspire each other so that we all can collectively move and collectively present the gift. And we continuously use this dashboard forever and ever so that we all the time inspire each other. So this is the approach, and it's very inspiring to come together like this in groups and talk about it and talk about the implementation issues, learn from each other's experience. That's why we have got an organization, because we need to learn from each other so that we can all help one another to do the best. The tagline I always say is the best good enough. Is our best good enough? Is our best good enough? I think this is a good mantra for us to continue to improve. Thank you so much. And I think this is all right, Shiva? This is it.
Yes, that's all. But I just want to add one point here, which is I want to really thank all the leaders of the organization, zonal chairs, NCPs, the initiative leaders who had worked tirelessly over the last actually last week or so, more or less, actually last 3 days to put this together. So I think we have a system now, so things will be much more easier and more efficient, but want to really express my sincere gratitude towards that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we over to Sister Alida for her public outreach program. Alida.
Thank you, Suresh. Loving surrounds to all of you. Can I have the slides, please? What I'm going to show you is an overview of the situation, but numbers change very easily. In fact, I noticed that from last night, we have 16 more public meetings. So the number in my list now is not completely correct. Next slide, please. Okay, as you see, I have 361 public meetings, and on the dashboard, it was updated this morning, and we have 377. In the 2025, in January and February, we already had 14 public meetings. Please go ahead. Next slide. Zone 1. USA is working on their action plan, and we expect an update in 2-3 weeks. Suriname held a public meeting on the 9th of February on spirituality and health, and one more is actually taking place today. Trinidad held an interfaith public meeting on the 2nd of February, topic Peaceful Hearts, Peaceful World. 80 people attended. Walk for Value is planned on the 10th of May. Canada held an interfaith public meeting in February and 2 planned in May and June. The public meetings held in 2024 are USA 14, Suriname 1, Barbados 1. Next slide, please. Zone 2A, Mexico talks are given as part of the workshop Lightening the Way from January 21st to March 18. Dominican Republic, 2 public meetings planned for March. And the public meetings held in 2024 were Mexico 7, Nicaragua 2, El Salvador 2, Dominican Republic 1, and Panama 1. Next slide. Zone 2B, Brazil, public meeting have been held in February. Colombia, 2 public meetings scheduled for early April. Peru, 2 virtual lectures on human values held in February. And in 2024, Brazil 6, Colombia 3, Peru 11, Argentina 1, Bolivia 1. Next, please. Zone 3, Australia had 1 interfaith meeting was held at the end of February and more are scheduled. New Zealand, the biggest public event, is planned during the Fun Day for Special Needs Children on March 15. Over 400 people are expected. Meeting held in 2024, Australia 2, New Zealand 2, Fiji 3. Next one. Zone 4, Malaysia, plan a virtual meeting in March on overcoming addiction, this generation and beyond, and interfaith meeting held in January. In 2024, Indonesia 1, Malaysia 4, Thailand 3, Sri Lanka 55. Next. Zone 5 planned a public meeting event in March, and last year had only one in Hong Kong. Zone 6, Italy, April 5th, a public meeting with the theme Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, 100 Years of Love with Truth and Harmony in Life will take place. And in UK, 4 public outreach events, and plan to have 3 public meetings this year. Last year, Italy had 2, Greece 1, and Israel 1. Next slide, please. Zone 7, Denmark held a cross-cultural concert, Peace, Freedom and Hope, in February with a value-based speech. Germany, Sai musical group Joy of Divine held a public concert in February. Latvia planned a public meeting in March on Sai teachings, 4 steps to the way of self-realization. Lithuania planned a public event by Maria Quos in March. Poland will have 2 Sarvadharma choir concerts at the end of March, and Netherlands 2 public meetings planned for Peace Day in September. Last year, Lithuania held 1, Netherlands 3. Next one. Zone 8, every country and region have scheduled meetings and public events in 2025. Last year, in Russia, there were 145 minutes, Belarus 2, Kyrgyzstan 72, Kazakhstan 2. I must say that Russia is very active and also always send us a lot of reports. So the numbers here, the work is amazing, really great work they are doing. Zone 9, the public meeting held in 2024, Kenya 9 and Mauritius 1. Next slide. Okay. Next Saturday, 15th of March, we will hold a public outreach meeting with the zonal and country public outreach coordinators. I kindly ask you to support them in their task by providing your country's public outreach action plan so we can consolidate and update the Sai 100 database. Also, as Leonardo mentioned before, it is very important that we receive your reports and articles soon after the event with meaningful photos indicating place, topic, and especially the number of public attending non-members. This is really important to help us and support us in our work, because otherwise it's always difficult to, hold track of the huge work you are doing all over the world. And it would be also very important if you could send these reports soon after the event, or at least by the end of each month. Thanking you for the attention and support, and thanks Swami for giving the opportunity to serve in his divine mission. Thank you.
Thank you, Alida. I just want to also say something. Perhaps the next round we can even put POC into the Sai 100 and add to it. But I just want to say, especially for those of you who are listening, some of you may be thinking, "Oh, we're after numbers." Actually, it's not true. We are not really after numbers, but quality actually attracts quantity. So if you really have the right quality, numbers will come. But at this point, I just like to also ask the people who are implementing the activities to add one more dimension. What does this all mean? You're done at medical camp. What does it mean? What does it translate to? What is the impact of this program? How is this going to be improved? How many more lives can we touch? In other words, every activity we do, we should ask this question: how many are the people actually being served? Are the people actually being connected? Are the people actually being touched? And in the process, are the people who are serving, are we also transforming? This is a difference between good work and God work. Good work is about touching and transforming, doing social work, but God work in the process, we also must be seen to be transforming. So together, we're hoping that we can achieve not only transformation, but transmission as well. Sai Ram, thank you so much, Anupam. Over to you.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you, Siva. Thank you, Alida, for the exciting presentation. I want to stress that good work and God work, we need to do both together. And one thing that Leonardo has mentioned also before, please provide the information to the organizers so we can share it with everybody, share it with the whole world. We are running a little bit late, brothers and sisters, so without further ado, I'd like to turn it over for a presentation on Sai schools. There is some new work that has been started, and it's going on with the 39 Sathya Sai schools that were started with Swami's blessings around the world. First, I'd like to invite Dr. George Bebedilis to give you a quick update on behalf of the Education Committee, then followed by brothers Leonardo and Manfred. Go ahead, George.
Sai Ram, I offer my loving salutations to our beloved Swami, who guides and inspires every work we do as members of the sacred organization that bears his divine name. Dear Dr. Reddy, members of the Prasatic Council, zone chairs, brothers and sisters, loving Sai Rams to all of you, it's all the time a great joy to participate in these meetings that show how the work of our dear Swami spreads all over the world. One of the most fundamental activities of our organization is Sathya Sai Education in Human Values. So it gives me great pleasure to continue with a brief update on the Sathya Sai schools and institutes. In the beginning, I would like to show how these 39 schools and 28 institutes are divided in our zones. So in zone 1, we have 6 Sathya Sai schools and 3 institutes. In zone 2A, as you can see, the country is also here, but I will be brief, not to go much more than the expected time of this meeting. So you see in zone 2A, we have 4 schools and 4 institutes. In zone 2B, South America, actually we have, this is one of the 2 zones with the biggest number of schools. We have 10 Sathya Sai schools, and all countries here shown. There also they have an institute. Then in zone 3, we have 3 Sathya Sai schools in Australia, Fiji, and New Zealand, and 3 institutes. In zone 4, we have 5 Sathya Sai schools, and there we have one of the first schools in Thailand, as we all know, and 5 institutes. In zone 5, there are 2 institutes, and in zone 6 and 7, we have 2 institutes working, but only partnership schools, not formal Sathya Sai schools. And finally, in Africa is a zone with the biggest number of schools. It is 11 schools with 1 institute in South Africa, but now this institute is serving all Africa. So instead of South Africa Institute of Sathya Sai Education, we will call it African Institute of Sathya Sai Education. Now to present the great work, it is very important to mention the Sathya Sai partnership schools. These are schools which don't bear the name Sathya Sai, but they implement the principles of Sathya Sai education. That means the 5 human values. And all the curriculum is based on this. We have totally 20 such partnership schools, which is a big number, because it is not the most important is that the students are exposed in the principles of Sathya Sai education, even if the school does not bear the name. So you can see here how they are divided in the zones. In zone 1, we have 2 schools. In zone 2A, 3 partnership schools. In 2B, 6 schools. In zone 4, all 5 schools are in Indonesia, in North and South Sumatra. And then in zone 5, we have 1 school in Latvia. And then members of the Institute of Sathya Sai Education of North Europe are taking care of spreading the human values and helping also practically and financially 3 schools in Haiti. So we have to keep in mind and to add this in the schools that we have. This is a very big number of teachers and educators and students that they work on this field. And to present the great work that is done in all this formal setting, but also through hundreds of informal SSSV and SSC programs around the world, through the dedicated work of thousands of Sathya Sai educators, will take a long time. I would therefore like to draw your attention once again on the quarterly newsletter, an important publication of the Education Committee, whose aim is precisely to give an overview of this good work in a simple way that is suitable for sharing with everyone. You see here the 3 first issues. The first was published in January 2023, 2 years ago, and it comes every 3 months. So we have already the number 4, 5, 6, and you see how nicely it's made. It is only 4 pages with nice photos which show the joy of the children and the joy and enthusiasm that this program has to convey. Number 7, number 8, number 9. Actually, in the beginning of April, we'll distribute the issue number 10. In this magazine, you can find small articles. We won't take much time to read, that cover all these areas. Like here you see from China, from Ghana. If we go on, we will see from the school, Sathya Sai School in Colombia. Here the award from the Sathya Sai School of Ribeirão Preto in Brazil. Here the schools in Haiti, there is a nice article. Somebody can briefly be informed. And then really this material is very useful. Here you will see from zone 4, the schools in Malaysia, in Bali, in Buenos Aires, the Mahatma Gandhi School that worked so many years as an educational lighthouse. Here, a Minister's Commendation Award for the Sathya Sai College of Australia. And lately, this Sri Sathya Sai Educare Vidya Pratishthan in Himachal Pradesh in India. It is under Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. They make a wonderful work, and now it's with our organization and it is good to be close to them to support. And one more article just to show you the newest Sathya Sai school that it was opened 1 year before, on February 23rd, 2024, in Paraguay. So I will urge all of you, when you receive, we send, here more, something more. All these issues you will find in the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization website, in the page about Sathya Sai Education Human Values. And then when you click Education Today, then you will find all these issues, 9, as I said, in English, and most of them, they are already translated in 6 languages. You can find there Dutch, Espanol, Francais, Italiano, Magyar, Portuguese. And so this good work is spreading, the message of this good work is spreading in through this nice medium. So I will urge you to use it and to spread it. And just to complete this brief update and to hear about the vision from Swami himself, that the transformation of the person is at the basis of the transformation of the world. When man's behavior is exemplary, society becomes perfect. And how our behavior is exemplary? When we implement the human values. And the fundamental of all is love, as Swami says. And I would like to close with this inspiring quotation that often I use when I speak about Sathya Sai education. Make your life a rose which speaks silently in the fragrance of lamp. Thank you, and Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, George, for that excellent presentation. Now, for all these schools, we need to support them through the organization. And to discuss that very briefly, I'd like to call upon Leonardo and Manfred and also Mr. Sambashiva Rao. Leonardo, if you start with your quick update, please, if you can introduce the topic on how we are helping the schools.
Yes, I will
Thank
be
you.
very brief. Thank you, Anupam. Actually, you have seen the incredible work done in the Sathya Sai schools. We cannot allow a school that bears the divine name to be closed. It's our duty to support them. That's why we have established the Educational Corpus Fund to support the schools. We have also some other ways to support the schools, and now Manfred will tell you about that. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Leonardo. Beloved Swami, dear brothers and sisters, Om Sai Ram, to all of you all over the world, and thank you very much for the opportunity to present this little activity that we have started in Zone 6 and Zone 7. As Leonardo already mentioned, yes, these schools we have need to be supported. And we started a support program for the schools we have in Africa. And we have just heard from George that this is the continent where most of the Sathya Sai schools are located. And as you can see on these two pictures, we had the beautiful opportunity when we had our conference in Kenya, Nairobi, to visit two of the schools that are located in Kenya. And here you have another picture of one of the schools that is located in Uganda. Next slide, please. George already told us that altogether we have 39 Sathya Sai schools worldwide. Most of them are located in Zone 2B and, as already mentioned, in Zone 9. As we have no Sathya Sai schools in Zone 7, we decided, well, nevertheless, we can do something for the schools. And this was the starting point to establish a support program. And we decided to concentrate on the 11 schools we have in Zone 9 in Africa. And in addition, as we have no Sathya Sai schools in Zone 7 ourselves, we added, which is a specialty, the 4 partnership schools that have been mentioned already in Haiti and in Latvia. Next slide, please. Well, it came to our attention in 2023 when Sambashiva Rao, the chair of Zone 7, brought to our attention that there is a financial need for the schools in Africa. And at the end of 2023, the Sathya Sai Foundation in Germany established a sponsorship program for these 11 schools in Africa. And we took over the responsibility and decided in Zone 7 and Zone 6 to be the partners of these 11 schools in Africa. Everything started with a very simple idea. And with all these simple ideas, it was not ours. It actually came from Swami, because all of us know the program Sealing on Desires. And this is just a specific update on Sealing on Desires. Next slide. You see, it is a success story about the €1 or the $1 story, because we are not talking about sealing on desires. Well, do I need a second car or anything like that? We just had this thought, what can you do when you have $1 or €1 available? And we looked in different countries here in Europe and we said, well, in France, for example, you need €1 in order to buy a liter of milk. Or in Ireland, it costs you €1 to buy a lettuce. In Germany, you get one pretzel for €1, or in Croatia, one scoop of ice cream. This is what you can do with $1 or with €1, but you can do something else. Next slide. If you take this €1 or $1 per day, you can educate one child in Africa for a whole year. It is almost unbelievable. It doesn't take more. It is just this $1 that is needed, $1 a day in order to educate one child in Africa. And now imagine what this means. We give the children there the chance not only to get an education, we get them the chance to be educated, which means to be in Swami's mission, to be educated by the teachings of Swami and to be the leaders and the future generation which is brought up in the mind and in the sense of Sathya Sai. What a beautiful possibility. Next slide. So when we started this program at the beginning of 2024, we supported the 11 schools in Africa and our 3 partnership schools. And within this 1 year, altogether, we have already donations coming in the height of $110,000. So though it is not Swami's 100th birthday yet, we already at the beginning of this year were fortunate to say, oh yes, we have reached the $100,000. And this is just in 1 year. And all of this comes of donors who save $1 or €1 a day. Next slide. So keep in mind, it is just $360 per year or $30 per month, or the already mentioned $1 per day, which is needed in order to educate one child for a year. And we have another 28 schools outside of Africa. They are still left over for you. So we wait for you to multiply this system, and hopefully we have the chance to build up a new sponsorship program for the Latin American schools, for example, as a next step. Thank you very much for your attention. Om Sai Ram.
Thank you, Manfred. This is indeed great seva for sharing Swami's message around the world. As we know, these children will be the future leaders of the world, and we are really sharing Swami's message. The beneficiary of these are the schools, so I'd like to call upon Brother P.V. Sambashiva Rao, Chairman, to say a couple of words, please, very short, we are running late on time, on how this is benefiting the schools in Africa.
Loving Sai Ram, my humble pranams to our Bhagawan Sai Baba. And dear Dr. Idigaru and also Brother Leonardo Gutter, loving Sai Rams to everyone from Zone 9. And as you know that we have 11 schools in 8 countries, and we have 1,700 students where they belong to 8,000 families, which is, and with 300 supporting team. This is the type of service I think Sathya Sai schools is working in all these countries. And it is amazing that, these schools, as you know, many of you know, in Africa, one child, educated child can help 15 members of the family. That is the impact we have here. And you all know that in 2023, all our schools were struggling. And thanks to Sri Sathya Sai International Organization through World Foundation, came in, to help all these schools. And since 2023, like Brother Manford, created the special fund supporting us, and also the special fund created, as a corpus fund for Sathya Sai schools is great and amazing. I think this is Swami's Leela. Since 2023, Zone 9 received amazing support, especially schools in Ghana and Benin, where we have today Sathya Sai schools own their own land with the support of World Foundation and the devotees. In South Africa, 2 schools were struggling. We are in a better position. Uganda, to special mention to make, is that we supported very heavily by individual donors when they see that the schools are being given preference at the SSIO international level and also World Foundation. And one of the miracles I think we have seen this year, this is a purely Mr. Swami's miracle. And many of you who came to Kenya during the international conference, we had only 23 students. But in January intake, from 23 students, it went up to 186 students. That is almost 8 folds. And last month we had a community, discussions, and the communities were so happy. So what I'm trying to, inform our devotees and brothers and sisters, this is an amazing things that I think we all need to support. The impact is huge because in and around schools, we are able to conduct the public outreach meetings. In and around the schools, we are able to have community adaptations. And our institute from South Africa, with the new name, it's called African Institute of Sathya Sai Institute. It's a great job, happening. And we are also planning to have interactions with the other zone students very soon with Africa. So my polite request, first of all, I would like to thank World Foundation and SSIO Chairman Dr. Reddy Garu, especially Brother Manford and all the devotees from Zone 7 and 9. I think we all need to join our hands to see how our schools around the world bearing Sathya Sai name is being taken care, and it will have a huge impact. And also, I would like to mention in Mauritius, we are also having a school under Sathya Sai name, a disabled school, which has got a special needs and special things. I think, Brother George, from now, we will inform you, but we need to add that to the 11 schools, the 12 schools, which can be qualified as one of the schools. So with these few words, I really thank, and we have no other, words to express our gratitude to Swami, to all of you, because the impact it had in all the schools in 2024 is amazing. And thank you very much. May Baba bless all of you. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Rao, for that excellent overview quickly on the African schools. If anyone needs more information, please email us at info@satyasai.org or your zone chair or either Manfred or Leonardo, and then we can get back to you with more information. Thank you. And I can tell you on behalf of Zone 9 that many of the schools are benefiting greatly. They're expanding, they're energized, and we look forward to helping them, not just from a particular zone or particular area, but from all around the world to participate in this good work. Now we'd like to go to the last presentation of the day today. We apologize for the late timing. Is Ms. Vahini Pillai, who will talk to us about the great work being done by the Sai young adults worldwide. Vahini, please.
Loving Om Saram, my humble and loving salutations at Swami's Divine Lotus feet. And thank you, Uncle Anupam, for this opportunity. Loving Saram, respected seniors, fellow young adults, and brothers and sisters. I do apologize. I'm also going through a power cut, but I also have Sister Shruti with me, and she will cover me if I ever cut out. So I'm happy to present on behalf of the International Sai Young Adults Committee, and we're doing a lot of exciting initiatives for our young adults to get involved in this year for Sai 100 and beyond. And so on the next slide, as you've just heard from Dr. Reddy and our team, that our theme is Purity is Enlightenment. And so all our initiatives are planned around this. In the middle of the slide, you see a beautiful logo that is specific to our Sai, young adults logo for Sai 100. And we've just put a spin on our official YA logo. So thank you to our media team for creating this beautiful logo. So our high-level objectives is to strengthen our connection with Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba by expressing our love and gratitude to Swami, to develop an understanding of Swami's teachings, and to practice this in our daily lives through practical spirituality, sharing Swami's message and love. We also aim to unite and inspire Sai young adults around the world by providing platforms and opportunities for them to serve, engage, and connect. And lastly, to strengthen the International Sai Young Adults program, and you'll hear more about this from Shruti later on. On the next slide, our first initiative. So we have 5 initiatives at the international level for Sai 100. Our first one is the Sai Young Adults In Reach program that Dr. Suresh Govind covered. And this is all about reactivating centers and re-energizing YAs locally. It follows a 2-phase initiative, center profiling, and the 6-step revival process. On the next slide, center profiling is all about understanding the demographic of our Sai young adults. And so I urge you to head over to the February 2025 issue of the Eternal Companion to read an exciting case study from Malaysia on how center profiling has helped them to improve their attendance of young adults and to engage Sai young adults. Other success stories come from the UK, it comes from Zone 7, and to see how we've actually increased the participation of Sai young adults. And it's really interesting stories, great transformational stories as well. On the next slide is a few of these updates on how engaging YAs can make a difference, not only in the community, but also in the lives of the YAs. And it varies from various projects such as service activities, young adult retreats and conferences, as well as days in nature, EnviroCare activities. Upcoming at the end of this month, we have the Zone 6 and 7 Young Adults European Meet, and that's happening in Budapest. We also have the US young adults that have been engaging in the Sai Blossoms initiative, and this is a YA Sadhana initiative. So really exciting work being done by the young adults. Our young adults also recently participated in the Shivaratri music offering, and so there's a great host, a buffet of opportunities for YAs to get involved in. On the next slide, very briefly, the 6-step revival process is not exhaustive, but it does allow us to look at ways in which we can revive the center. And it includes mentorship, it includes regular meetings with our adults and seniors. It also includes young adult activities for young adults by young adults. And so this is all about creating a center that is a spiritual oasis for young adults to grow and improve. On the next slide, we move to the second initiative that we're offering to Swami this year, and it is 100 posts from our creative media team. Now, the creative media team entails our Sai Young Adults media team, the Sai Young Adults editorial team, as well as our Sai Young Adults music team. Their posts will range from reliving history, inspiring TED Talks, 12 Days of Wisdom, a theme song by our music team, collaborations with our Veda team, Serving the Planet team, and well-being content as well. The Carpool Karaoke, which is a new and exciting initiative, a virtual game, which I'll share a little later on, Ladies' Day celebrations, the virtual birthday card, as well as the YA gratitude videos. I'm also happy to share an update today that our Instagram social media platform has now over 9,000 followers. And we're really hoping to hit 10,000 by Swami's birthday, but if not beyond that. And so our team is doing great work in creating awareness about Swami's love and message. And we're on various different social media platforms such as Twitter, Telegram, WhatsApp, Blue Sky, Threads, etc. So please do follow us and join us. It is an example of the reliving history posts, and this is a beautiful depiction of Swami stories from the Satyam Shivam Sundaram series, and it's beautiful story children, for Sai young adults, and for everyone to partake in, and really beautiful to see. And that was on the next slide as an example. On the next slide, moving over to the third initiative by the International Sai Young Adults Committee, it's a host of 3 different elements. We hosted a brainstorming session with our Sai Young Adults, and these are the initiatives they've come up with to offer to Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And the first is an international young adult sadhana program, and this will go over 400 days in the run up to Swami's 100th birthday. And it'll be individual sadhana, but we'll have collective calls together, and the whole world will come together in this spiritual sadhana as we offer it to Swami. The second item under this is well-being sessions, and we've already commenced with these, and it's monthly meditation sessions that began in January. I'm also happy to announce that it is open to everyone, so not only young adults, but also adults and children, and we lovingly invite all to attend. The next session is on March 15th, 2025, and you can actually join by visiting sathyaSai.org/YA/live. And so that's on our website. Please do visit, please do join us. And the third item under this offering is a virtual game where the team and the creative media team will be coming together to put together an online game which will allow us to share Swami's teachings in a very fun way for young adults to interact and engage, and also to implement these teachings in a practical manner in their daily lives by completing challenges and tasks. On the next slide, the fourth initiative that we're offering is a larger initiative and very important to us. It's the SSSIO World Conference and our Sai 100 celebrations in Los Angeles, California. And we're really excited to be a part of this momentous occasion. We'll be offering a one-day program for all delegates. So yes, it is planned by all Sai young adults, but it is also an offering for everyone to attend. It will include a drama, music offering, bhajans, panel discussion, interactive workshop, Swami's Divine Discourse, exhibitions, game, and quiz. And we also have offerings to Swami for the 100th birthday on the actual day, and we'll be offering a birthday card, birthday cake, and a book or a compilation of our young adult offerings from around the world. And the last, or the third item, is that we will be assisting overall in general with the World Conference and the birthday celebrations to assist. And so we really encourage all our Sai young adults to participate, but also to be part of our planning team. So if you want to be part of the team, please contact your zone young adult coordinator, your national young adults coordinator, or myself, or Sister Shruti to get involved. And so we're really excited for this. On the next two slides, I'd like to invite Sister Shruti to actually share with you our commitment to our international young adult resolutions. Thank you, Sairam.
Loving Sairam, dearest elders, brothers and sisters, our beloved Swami, it's my pleasure to continue from Sister Vahini and share the last part of the young adult presentation. So as you're aware, we had this beautiful young adult leaders retreat last year in Greece, and our YA leaders collectively came up with 3 resolutions. Many of you may have heard this, but just a bit of a refresh, and we can share more updates on how these are evolving as well. The first is really on improving governance of the International YA program and relationships with seniors. We know the YA and elder relationship is so critical, both for the YA to feel empowered, supported, to really take their initiatives forward, but also for the seniors to have that understanding and that backing of the YA for any initiatives that the organization is running. And so this kind of piece around coming together to create mutual understanding, making decisions together, really building that trust, really we see as the foundation of anything we do. So that's our first piece. The second resolution, which we'll share more about in a moment, is around developing our current and future leaders. And the third one, really exciting, we heard from Alex very beautifully about the power and the potency of gathering in person in gatherings like LA. We experienced this last year. And so one of our resolutions is for regular physical meetings at all levels of the organization. Sister Vahini mentioned, there's a meeting for Zone 7 in Budapest in 2 weeks. The Argentine young adults, after almost 5 years, met last weekend for a young adult retreat. There's a retreat in Barbados coming up next month. A number of YA gatherings happening at all levels, and we're starting to plan for our next international meeting as well. And so across all of these, our intention is very much to align with the seniors, the wider organization. So if you have any ideas, any suggestions, if there are things you're working on, or just any comments, please, as Vahini mentioned, reach out to either one of us or the Zone Young Adult coordinators, and we're so keen to hear your thoughts. If we go to the next slide, this just shares a little bit more about our new Empowering Leaders initiative. And many of you will know about the Sri Sathya Sai International Leadership Program. Many of our current leaders are products and have benefited greatly from it. And we really felt in this time, it's a good moment after running that initiative for more than 8 years to refresh, revive, build on its foundations, but look at what our leaders need nowadays to really feel confident and empowered, to be beacons of Swami's message and light and love and teachings, in their roles in the organization, but also in their lives more generally in society and work, at school and so forth. And so there's a beautiful team that's come together to see how we can really, boost our leaders and ultimately see that trickle down to more YA engagement on the ground in the centers. We won't go through all of this in depth in the interest of time, but just to highlight a few components, we've got our training modules from things like the leadership program, providing core skills, be it team management, communication, writing great emails, managing conflict, building teams. We want to continue doing leadership retreats and in-person meetings. We want to provide one-on-one coaching and mentoring because we acknowledge sometimes as a YA, you don't have time to jump on, this long training program. You're balancing school and work and family and your role. And so really having someone there who can support you day to day. One opportunity here is to engage our SSILP alumni. So we're looking at how those alumni can come forth and support this initiative. Another really key priority is our young YAs. And we have this Pathways initiative looking at how we support, the YAs who are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and that really critical age, full of challenges as you start university or start work, to really help them transition, feel supported, really deepen in Swami's teaching in such a critical time of their life. And lastly, developing a really good repository of resources. And this is where perhaps we can collaborate with some of the other technical teams around, where's that place as a leader you can go to find all your materials, to find the media files, to find study circle materials, to get ideas for retreat activities, just to make that really user-friendly, because there's so much wonderful work happening around the world, amazing resources that we don't need to reinvent. We can really learn from each other. So looking at how we can bring that forward and make it more accessible. So yeah, as mentioned before, we are really eager to work collaboratively with you all. We offer our gratitude to the elders, our advisors, the seniors who are always supporting, giving so much time and love to the young adults. And thanks, Swami, for this opportunity, for allowing us to serve them.
Thank you, Sister Shruti, and thank you for this time. And yeah, we offer everything to Swami. If you want to get involved, please do contact us. Thank you, Uncle Anupam. Saram.
Thank you very much, Vaini Shruti, for that excellent overview. So at this time, we are coming to the close of the meeting, and I'd like to call upon Dr. Reddy for closing remarks, please.
Sai Ram, everyone. First, I would like to apologize. The meeting went beyond what we expected. We wanted to finish in 90 minutes. Next time, we'll plan better so that it doesn't go beyond 90 minutes or the latest 2 hours. So I'd like to first express gratitude to Swami for his love and blessings to bring us all together so that we could share his love, his message, and his works as one family. That is wonderful. And I congratulate all the presenters for the wonderful presentations, which conveys Swami's message, love, and works. And also I thank all the participants to patiently wait this long to listen. So it is a wonderful satsang. So we pray to Swami to bless us all. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy. Our sincere thanks to all the participants who joined, and we thank Bhagawan for this chance to serve him, love him, and offer our services. I'd like to now call upon Arvind for the closing prayers, please.
Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय।